Portico Security specialize in cash trucks across LA.
Do you have any idea how dangerous this job can be?
Some out there, yeah.
We ain't the predators, we're the prey.
You ready? Ready.
You know, you've been working with Guy all the way back since Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Curious to know how you see him having evolved as a filmmaker in all that time, and how has your collaboration together evolved in the years since?
You know, it's been a long old journey. I mean, it's 20 years now plus since we were kicking around, and we look back and see ourselves and we recognize how we've aged so much. But you know, we've still kept this same sort of youthful stupidity that we bring to the working day. And I think, you know, if we didn't enjoy ourselves as much as we did, we wouldn't, I don't think we would have sort of succeeded like we have. And we, you know, we got very lucky. We did a couple of movies back in the day that just seemed to catch people's eye, and you know, it really paved the way for me to make a career out of it. So, you know, we've been circling around. I mean, the fact that I've been out in the US for so long means that we haven't sort of aligned as much as we could have done. But you know, we're back on the set together. It's been probably 15 years since the last one I did, Revolver, and it just feels like we never stopped. It's just that great on-set sort of buzz that he creates. Everybody's just, you know, enjoying their day's work.
Yeah. Was there a new technique or a type of training that you had to learn in order to make this look real?
Nah, because you kind of go for the ride with Guy, and I think the script is something that evolves as the day starts. You know, he has things that he wants to bring, and new words of dialogue that impact the next scene that we're going to shoot tomorrow. And I think it's all an organic kind of mess on the face of it. And you think, you know, you have to be quite unattached, as they say, to your dialogue. You have to be unattached to what happens in the story, because it's, you know, it's almost like a bubbling pot of things that he likes to change. And I think it's this intuitive sort of knowledge that he's, you know, developed over the years, that he just knows how to sharpen the knife as we go along. And I think for the action alone, you know, I wasn't allowed to sort of bring any kind of pre-rehearsed kind of Hong Kong style action. It's just what he didn't want.
Yeah. You know, one of the things I love about this film is I'm going to go see it again on the big screen. You know, why is the movie theater experience important to you, and how has it impacted your life over the years?
The movie theaters, you know, it's just a great place. And you know, I have the best memories of seeing movies that have made an impression upon me. Just the whole experience it's not the same sitting on your sofa and watching a movie like it is to going out and, you know, being in the surround sound and the 100-foot screen. It's just not the same thing. I'm just waiting for it to all be back to where it was.
A while back, we lost 2 guards, a civilian too.
There was an investigation.
They still haven't found the scum who did it.
You know, Guy Ritchie's been making crime movies for over 20 years now. He's like a master of that genre. Having now worked with him on Wrath of Man, what do you think he brings to these kinds of movies that really separates him from other directors, other filmmakers that make crime films?
He has, I think, impeccable taste and knows what's cool and what isn't, and he you know, is bold and makes choices that you'd never even think about. You know, you see a film and or you think, oh, you know, this will be cool, and then you see what he does, and he just takes it so far past what you even could think in your head. So he, like you said, he's a master.
Was there anything specific that you had to learn in order, any kind of training technique or, something that you didn't know how to do before that you had to learn for this film?
Not specifically. This character I played was he was sort of an unhinged character. He was a character who isn't afraid to take what he wants when he wants it. So I think it was just more about developing the character and bringing something different, a character that I hadn't played before.
Yeah. I'm fascinated by the world of armored cars in this film. You don't really kind of see movies about armored car heists as much. Was there anything you learned about armored cars or the world that maybe the general public isn't necessarily aware of?
I think the amount of cash, I always pictured an armored car, taking not that much money around, but there's so much cash that changes hands between banks and small businesses and medium-sized businesses that I think I was blown away that there really has to be these safeguards in these vaults, and they are vulnerable in some respects to being hijacked.
Yeah. Scott, I'm a big champion of the movie theater experience. I'm going to go back and see this again in a movie theater. What's your favorite thing about going to the movies?
Look, I mean, movie theaters are magic. They really are. They immerse you. They suspend your disbelief. It's the way film is meant to be seen. That's why we go and we spend months filming it. We do it with such scope. And this movie is meant to be seen in theaters, and the theater experience is what made me fall in love with filmmaking and being a part of film. And I hope people go and see it in the theater.
Doesn't feel right. It's like he wants trucks to get hit. He's not a cop. But if he's not a cop, what is he?
You've been making movies, or at least you've been, you made a movie with Jason in 1998. So over 20 years now, you guys have been collaborating. How has your relationship with Jason matured or changed since those early days, those early team ups?
It's funny. Someone showed me a picture of he and I when we were. I just made another film with him actually a couple of months ago, and we were in Turkey. And someone took a photo of what we looked like in '98 and what we look like whatever year we're in now. Jason hasn't aged a day, and I put on about 60 pounds, and that was really the only difference. Other than that, there's 22 years of life under that bridge. And he's just become a very dear friend, and it's rather convenient that he's become a movie star too.
Yeah. What do you think makes a crime movie timeless?
I think it's the genre. There are certain genres of movie that are just classically enduring. And it's a good question. There's just not a lot of... Revenge is one of those genres. I mean, the movie, as it transpires, which, by the way, I only saw it, in its full manifestation a couple of weeks ago with Jason. And what we were surprised about is that it was a heist movie, but it's a revenge movie, and I'm not quite sure which one it is. It's both. And I think when we set out, it was a revenge movie, but actually you get beguiled by the heist of it all. So we got two for the price of one there.
What I mean, in terms of the genre, I mean, where do you see it going? Like, are there any new places in the coming years, with everything that's happening in the world or what have you, where you could see the crime genre sort of evolving to a next level?
Where you could see the what genre?
The crime genre.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, if crime is not accessible and exciting, and so often crime is not, incidentally, and the real money is in unexciting crime, is the truth. But in order to make it interesting, it needs to be visceral.
Yeah.
In an increasingly non-visceral world.
Is there anything specific that you would like to explore going forward that you haven't done yet that you're
Oh yeah,
anxious
yeah,
for?
I'm sure there is. I mean, in part, I made this because I haven't visited the revenge genre, and to make something as stone cold as this is, I usually inject some degree of humor, which I had to work quite hard against injecting into this one. So I very much like playing with different genres for all sorts of reasons. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think I was going to end up in family entertainment as in Aladdin before I started having a go. But I love that. But it was quite nice to. I mean, this followed hot on the heels of that, I believe. Oh no, it was The Gentleman was in between there. So no, it's fun to mix up genres as a director.